I never thought that I would see a day where I would be rooting for a university above Donald J. Trump and his administration. But I don't recognize his administration right now. I don't recognize what's happening. How could Trump be such a free speech enthusiast and allowing these things to happen? Going after college universities, trying to suppress speech, while pretending that you're not suppressing speech, while pretending that you're fighting DEI. It's so messy. It's so obvious. Everyone knows what you're doing. People who are still trying to grift, I suppose, are not willing to challenge you on this, which is ridiculous, because when you are out of office, we are going to have to live with these consequences. Our children are going to have to grow up in this America. Okay. So when you threaten our speech, it's not worth it so that we can have pom-poms and go hurrah for a couple of years, then go, okay, well, yeah, now it kind of stinks because, we're getting arrested for wrongthink.
In this video, MAGA voters are finally realizing what they actually voted for, and trust me, the stories are shocking. First, we're going to watch a few eye-opening clips of people who now regret casting their vote. Then I'll read you 14 real posts from voters who are speaking out, sharing how they feel betrayed, misled, or just downright disappointed. So stick around, and if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and let me know what you think. Let's get into it.
It's been a few days since I lost my job. I posted a few days ago, and I am now thoroughly regretting my vote for Trump. I had no idea that this is where it was going to go, that this is what he was going to do. You see Cheetos up there? Hi, Cheetos. Who's going to feed him? Who's going to buy my cat food? Who's going to buy my kids food? I had an absolutely amazing position where I was able to basically have America count on me. And now that's been taken away. I no longer have faith in the economy. I no longer have faith in Trump. I no longer have faith that we are ever going to find out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. I no longer have that faith. It's gone. So you can crack all the jokes you want to. You can make fun of us all you want. But I was earning $45 a minute in hopes of figuring out how many licks it took to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. And now the world may never know.
Hi, everyone. So I'm with one of my really good friends. She voted for Trump.
Regret.
And you know what? Well, yes. But guess what? It's not time for us to do that. The time is come for us to figure this shit out. Okay?
It's time. The medical field is getting fucked right now.
Right. So when the healthcare starts to be affected, we're fucked.
We're all fucked.
Yeah, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
So guys, we have got to get this together. I get that we're all like, fuck Trump and fuck everything and fuck these people that voted for him. But guess what? We're all in this together. Right? Yes.
Yes.
And I know people want to hear that you regret your vote.
As of right now, I'm very unhappy with where we are economically, for sure. It worries me.
But guess what?
We're all gonna
This
come
needed
together.
to happen. We needed for him to win, rigged or not, for him to win and for all of us to come together. So what we are saying tonight, let's come together. Exactly. Let's come together. We're all Americans.
Stop the division.
Stop blaming. Stop saying what if, what coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's get it together.
We have to at this point.
Yeah, we need to.
It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna face some shit.
Yeah. Because she's in the hospital setting. She's an RNFA. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a registered
Nurse, first assistant.
That's right. Which helps surgeons
during
assist
surgery.
in surgery, right?
And everybody's doing layoffs. Hospitals are doing layoffs because they can't afford the supplies because the tariffs are too high.
Right. So, guys.
If the medical field is suffering, imagine what everybody else is doing.
Right. And if it's hitting the medical field, trust me, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
When they're laying off people in the hospitals.
Because they can't afford supplies.
Exactly.
There's the Trump voter whose husband was laid off and is struggling to find work in Trump's economy. One MY husband was laid off last month and is struggling to find work with just one unpromising interview. Just 2 years ago, he was flooded with multiple job offers within days and chose the best. We voted for Trump to avoid this economic downturn, but it's hitting us hard. 2. There's the Trump supporter with autism who regrets their vote after hearing RFK Jr. wants to start a national registry for people with autism. I think I regret voting for Trump. I'm the only autistic Trump supporter, and now I hear one of the people Trump hired is making expletive National Autistic Person Registry. I probably just voted myself into a Nazi regime. 3. There's the Trump supporter who is angry about Trump's student loan debt policies. I do support President Trump. Please listen carefully. The student loan debt you are going after put my daughter in tears. Her credit score dropped. And she voted for you, sir. She doesn't have a job and still lives at home. Where's is my stimulus check? Don't abandon us now. 4. There's the MAGA supporter who is begging Trump not to deport his wife. At Real Donald Trump, I voted for you and I still support you. But my wife came here legally through teacher exchange program. We got married, and right after we tried to get a lawyer for her to become a citizen. She got an email today saying she might lose her job. I understand you're trying to make America great again, which is awesome. But her losing her job and getting sent back, when I'm trying to make her a citizen after marriage. $10,000 for the paperwork. Please don't punish people that are trying to come here legally. I voted for you and think you're a great man. But I'm getting affected. If you could not send my wife back. 5. There's the MAGA voter who was laid off from their job due to Trump cuts. At Real Donald Trump, dear Mr. President, I worked for a medical center up until yesterday when I was laid off due to the Medicaid cuts you made. And not just me, but many hardworking patriots who voted for you, twice like me. What are your thoughts about this, Mr. President? Respectfully. 6. There's the recently fired Trump voter due to Doge cuts who won't be complaining. Today I joined the ranks of the unemployed as a result of Doge cuts. I support the cause, so I won't be complaining, but if anyone wants to sub on X or Subscribestar, I would be grateful as I look for my next job. 7. Did I vote for the wrong guy? My dad's boss/best friend. He owns a medical device company. My dad's job has always been to fly to internationally to find manufacturers. All their products are currently made in Taiwan or China. My dad had been warning him about tariffs the entire election cycle. He pretty much ignored that and focused on the immigration issue. He immigrated to the US but did it the right way, so he found illegal immigrants personally offensive. A few weeks ago my dad was coming home, calls me and goes, "Well, we just got off an analysis call about how much we will need to increase prices," and boss says, "Did I vote for the wrong guy?" And my dad just told him, "Yes, I've been saying this for months." 8. I have been so humbled since Trump got re-elected, it's not even funny. I cannot believe I ever thought the left was blowing anything out of proportion. I was so wrong, and I am so sorry. Y'all were sounding the bells about all of this for a reason, and millions of us called you too sensitive and stood up on behalf of people we knew that were crossing certain lines. I have been so humbled since Trump got re-elected, it's not even funny. I honestly don't know how anyone is still in denial about what's happening right now. 9. You seem to have no idea what you're doing. I voted for you, but clearly not this. You've destroyed my investment portfolio. You seem to have no idea what you're doing. I voted for you, but clearly not this. Stop blaming everyone else and fix this. You're killing those of us nearing retirement who rely on investment income. We vote and with our pocketbook. 10. There's the MAGA coworker who was denied food stamps under Trump. Yesterday, a MAGA coworker told me he had renewed his application for food stamps and was denied. His monthly allotment went from $400 to zero. Now, he's wondering how he is going to feed his family. It seems elections have consequences. 11. I want Donald Trump out of the White House. I supported Donald Trump in this presidency. I was behind him in comparison to Harris, believing he would end the Russia/Ukraine war, reduce unemployment, lower inflation, create jobs, but his current actions since this tariff made me realize that he is selfish and cannot provide the necessary growth America needs. Right now, I am one of his biggest critics. He's not fit for presidency and to lead this country to that greatness. I will stand against him. I want Donald Trump out of the White House. 12. Trump decided to punch me and everything liberty-loving American in the face and steal our wallet. I was a big fan of Reagan. He reduced taxes and regulation. That is good. Trump decided to punch me and everything liberty-loving American in the face and steal our wallet. That is how I look at taxes, no matter how you try to justify it, that is what a tariff is. An American has to pay a fee to the state to receive something he bought or the state impounds it. 13. I think it's time everyone who voted for Trump admit that we made a expletive mess. Tweet from Azealia Banks showing a ballot marked for Trump and subsequent tweets where she states, "Okay, I think it's time everyone who voted for Trump admit that we made a expletive mess," followed by, "Like this is an absolute disaster." 14. And finally, there's the 60-year-old Trump voter whose retirement account keeps dwindling. I voted for you. But at 60 years old and my first year after retirement, your policy is killing me. Everything I've worked for just keeps dwindling away. So disappointing that you're banking everything for the future and are screwing me and my family.
I voted for him for lower grocery prices. He promised me cheaper prices on groceries. And that has not happened. Not only has that not happened, I am getting my food stamps taken. I am getting my cash assistance taken. I am getting my Section 8 taken. I am getting all my welfare governments taken. I did not ask for this. I would not have voted for him if I knew this was going to happen.
Do you know what drives me insane about these people that say that if I would have known, I wouldn't have voted for him, or I did not vote for that? Yes, you did. The first thing that bothers me is yes, you did. You see, you voted for those things. You just thought it would happen to someone else. You were perfectly fine with other people losing programs, losing things that would benefit them. You just didn't think it would touch you. You thought you were safe from losing these programs. And the other part is they say they didn't know. Bull crap. Bull crap. The left, independents, lots of different economic experts, doctors, scientists have been screaming about all the horrible things that Donald Trump would do. We told you about Project 2025. We told you how many times his name was listed in Project 2025. And we told you how many of his own staffers were in there as well or helped write it. But you guys didn't believe us. You guys said fake news. We tried to warn you. You didn't either want to listen, or your bigotry and your racism, your homophobia and your sexism didn't allow you to see what was coming. So the bed that you made, you now have to lie on. The sad thing is that so many of us are in the same bed with you, but we didn't vote that way. We knew that these things were going to happen. We knew that this was going to cause havoc for everybody. And look, I'm sorry for you. I feel horrible that you're going to lose all these benefits, but you did vote for this. So if you want something to change, I suggest you call your congressperson and tell them to put a leash on Donald Trump and stop him in Congress. I suggest instead of just coming on this app and whining and complaining about what you yourself created, you call your representative and do something about it. Otherwise, we here on the left and independent, we don't care. We warned you. All my love.
So recently I ran into two of my friends and they were both big Trump supporters. So I stopped and I said, "Hey, what do you think about everything that's going on with the cuts and no childhood cancer research and cuts to USAID. And so what do you think? How's it going? And they both said, well, you know, since the election, we decided not to follow politics that closely. Really? So you voted for Trump, but now you don't want to follow politics? And why is that? Well, you know, it was just too upsetting. Oh, really? You voted for Trump? Choke on that word. You voted for Trump, and now you don't want to take any responsibility?
This message is for Republicans and people who voted for Trump. And no, I'm not going to be rude to you, and I'm not going to try to talk down to you. I really just want to talk with you. I think it's important to remember that it's okay to say you don't like everything Trump is doing. Just because you voted for him, just because you were so sure that he was the best choice for our nation, doesn't mean you have to be gung-ho about everything he does. And it doesn't make you suddenly a Democrat. You can still very much be a conservative Republican and disagree with some of the things happening right now under Trump's administration. It's okay to say you don't agree with sending human beings to essentially a work camp, torture camp, place where they're just going to expire in a different country without any due process or any chance to prove themselves one way or another. It's okay to say you don't want to see things like Social Security get messed with. It's okay to say you think tariffs, at least at the extent they're being implemented, might not be such a good idea. You can disagree with Trump or just part of what he does and still be the person that you think you are. I think partisan politics make too many people believe that you have to be all one or all the other. And I can understand that it's not that nuanced. I think your decision to vote for Trump was a bad choice, but it wasn't my choice to make. Just like you thought my vote for Harris and Biden before her were bad choices. But right now, the choice that was made by people who did decide to re-elect Trump, it's having really serious consequences. Like it or not, bad things are happening. And we have to be willing to speak up against it. But the problem is, some people who voted for Trump are going to have to be willing to say this is too far too. And once this is all said and done with, if we're able to get past this, if we're able to eliminate like the scourge that is this Trumpism that has taken over our country, hopefully we could get back to a point where politics could just be disagreements rather than issues of human rights and life. I don't know if that could ever happen again, but I want you to know, if you are someone who voted for him because you felt like you had to, or because he was the Republican on the ticket, or because you really did believe that what he wanted to do was going to be good, and now you're having regrets, you can admit that. And we're going to need you to be one of the people who stands up and says, hey, this has gone too far.
Democrats, you were right. With all this shit going on in the news and with the stock market and this financial war with China, you're right. I'm really starting to regret my vote for voting for Donald Trump. I'm really starting to regret it. Nah. That's exactly what the hell I voted for. That's right, DJT. Keep doing it. Keep raising hell. It's going to be tough a little bit, but anything is better than what we suffered for 4 years under Biden and Harris. Oh, hell no. We living the dream right now. And I don't care what them liberals say. I do not regret. And I don't care what those liberals say. I do not regret, not 1 minute, not 1 millisecond, me voting for Donald Trump. So run and tell that, Charles Schumer, Jasmine Crocker shit, Maxine, the Mummy, Waters. I ain't worried about that shit. I'm up here barbecuing.
Okay, so I voted for Trump in 2024, and I am a young Hispanic female. And just over the last 2 months, I just didn't expect all this. It's been a lot, and I didn't think he would just come in and sign over 100 executive orders and start deporting illegals. And I think I'm starting to regret my vote. Like, I didn't vote for this much stuff to happen. I'm fucking kidding. I can't even take myself seriously. I'm not regretting anything. I think it's all awesome.
I regret voting for Trump. You guys told me I would, and here we are, just barely over a month after he was sworn in, and I have so many reasons So many disappointments, and I've lost so many rights as a woman already. So I guess I'll just start listing the reasons why. So many rights gone as a woman. Starting with I mean, did I lose rights? I thought I did. See, I was told so many times by the left that I lost all of my rights because I'm a woman. So I mean, I thought for sure I did, but now that I'm trying to come up with a list, it's just not coming to the tip of my tongue here. I don't know. Maybe we'll try again after I do some research.